In about a month, on April 21st, after more than 9 years of being announced, Dead Island 2 will finally release to the world, and we'll all be able to jump in and see what this all-out Los Angeles semi-open world zombie game is all about, and with the new gameplay and exciting details that it literally just received, including the game's length, its in-depth flesh and dismemberment system, and more. I think this confirms we're in for a really good time with this game. I'm actually really surprised that Dead Island 2 managed to pull this off so well. After switching developers 3 times over the course of 9 years, they still managed to pull off the gameplay, the look, and the story of what makes Dead Island great. At least that's the feel that I'm getting from the gameplay and the new details, and I really respect them for doing this. They did not pump out a classic overused zombie game, it actually looks fresh and exciting, so let's get into the new gameplay right away that you're seeing on screen right now, as well as the brand new details that gives a ton of juicy info on important things. Please drop a like on this video right now for more videos just like these. So, thanks to WCCFtech.com, they were able to get an exclusive Q&A session with the developers of Dead Island 2 and offered us some really great details. First of all, they asked the devs to talk about the setting of the game and its narrative, which seemed a lot more involved than in the first Dead Island game from so many years ago, to which they replied, "For us, not only is LA a city filled to the brim with characters, it's also a city that lives somewhere between reality and fiction, because all of us have in one way or another been living in LA through movies, TV, media, and so on. The great diversity also allowed us to have a postcard journey. In terms of the narrative, what we thought would work incredibly well with this picture of LA that is constructed from what we all know from movies and from what we've seen in types of media. They said we knew we wanted the tone to be this whole pulpy, irreverent tone that is a love letter to B-movies from the 80s and all of these kind of things that we all have in our psyches. We felt that tone would work so well with the characters, the setting, and the location rather than going down this kind of dark and serious direction that a lot of zombie games picked." Next question, they asked if the devs have an estimate for the duration of Dead Island 2, to which they replied, "I don't know exactly. I think we do have guidance stating that if you take part in some secondary missions and other activities, the whole experience is around 20 hours, which is pretty great in my opinion. That's what we have, including some side quests here and there, but on top of that, we have the co-op mode, collectibles, and you could always replay Dead Island 2 with a new character if you feel like it." They also ask about the game's flesh system and if they had to work hard to do this kind of in-depth procedural dismemberment system, to which they replied, "That is absolutely one of our crowning achievements. It is something that we spend a lot of time and expertise on for a multitude of reasons. One is that it fits well with the Hollywood B-movie theme, but there's also the fact that it really gives that feeling of cause and effect. When you hit a zombie, now you can actually feel that you've got through something. Because our focus is on melee combat," they said, "we wanted to spend our resources on a system that would make it feel good. There is an absolute ton of weapons available in-game, even so that they can't name them all. And there's also going to be ranged weapons as well, but the focus is more on up-close and personal with zombies, and be very much in their face. You can customize your weapons, and you can just kill all the zombies in the brutal ways that you like. So yes, there are ranged weapons, but they really wanted that the player can't just run away or can't be on the sidelines. They have to be up close with zombies. The focus in this game again is 100% on zombies. There are no human enemies at all, it's been said. It's all about killing zombies. This isn't a deep introspective question about, oh, the real monsters all along was the humans. No, we're not finding humans in Dead Island 2. It's all about focusing on the true monster, the zombie, which is this horrific creatures you've seen in the movies. But this time, you can tear them apart with your hands and weapons. Now here's the response to people that wanted an open world game as opposed to a semi-open world with Dead Island 2. Because our game is a story-driven action RPG, we wanted to put our focus on these semi-open world areas. We want to be able to focus on quality over quantity. We also don't want that moment of people running away from zombies but fight them head on. It's really important to them that it does feel like LA and there's all these exciting things around every corner to look at and notice, like Easter Easter eggs. There are so many open world games these days that just kind of feel a bit boring, and it's just so much expensive that there's nothing to do. So instead they wanted Dead Island 2 to feel full of life despite there also being zombies everywhere. So developers have put a ton of Easter eggs, a ton of collectibles and little secrets here and there that you guys can find in this semi-open world. Alright guys, let me know if you're excited for it, and like and subscribe right now.